hydrogen atom, it's often called the Bohr radius, by the way, is approximately 5 times 10 to the minus 11 meters. We're going to need these numbers. That's why I write them down for you. If you look at this current running around the proton, it's really a current, which the current, say, goes in this direction, and here is that proton, trying to make you see three-dimensionally, then it creates a magnetic field in this direction, and so the magnetic dipole moment mu is up, and the magnitude of that magnetic dipole moment, as we learned last time, is simply this current I times the area A of this current loop. Now, the area A is trivial to calculate. That's pi r squared, r being the radius of the orbit. And so A, that's the easiest, is pi r squared. And if I use my 5 times 10 to the minus 11, then I find that this area is 8 times 10 to the minus 21 square meters. So that's easy. But now comes the question, what is I? What is the current? So now we have to do a little bit more work. And we have to combine our knowledge of 802 with our knowledge of 801. If this electron goes around, the reason why it goes around is that the proton and the electron attract each other. And so there is a force in this direction. And we know that force, that's the Coulomb force, it's an electric force. That force is this charge times this charge, so that's E squared, divided by our famous 4 pi epsilon 0, and then we have to divide it by the radius squared. So that's Coulomb's law. But from 801, from Newtonian mechanics, we know that this is what we call the centripetal force that holds it in orbit, so to speak, and that is mv squared, m being the mass of the electron, v being the speed of the electron, mv squared divided by r. And so this allows me to calculate, as a first step, before we get into the current, what the velocity of this electron is. It's phenomenal. It's an incredible speed. So v then becomes, I lose 1 r, so I get the square root, I get an E squared upstairs here, my m goes downstairs, I have 4 pi epsilon 0, and I have here an r. And I know all these numbers. I know what E is, I know what capital R is, I know what 4 pi epsilon 0 is. 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 is the famous 9 times 10 to the power 9. And so I can calculate what V is.